Hangouts on air going.
She does?
Yeah. Adam's in it. Hello.
Hello. Let me mute my other stuff.
So how do you put up there?
Hello. Let me mute my other stuff.
Yeah, I got the link to the week 1 notes.
Is there an echo for the rest of y'all? Or is it just on my end?
That was from August.
If you're in the Hangout and watching the YouTube video, that's probably where your echo is coming in from.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. Probably exit out of it.
Yeah, I'm a little confused as to how you actually did a Hangouts on Air, because we used to use Hangouts on Air for ColaSec, and I read an article that said it went away, but you're using it, so.
I have no idea. I was like, how can I do this and record? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Hangout on Air is your best option for doing both of those at the same time.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not going to pay money for something to record it for me. I think so far it's just Stella I see.
I have actually got Jeff and Adam by proxy over at my place. We're working on the SCBG stuff, but we are here.
Hello.
Cool. Yeah, I said, okay. Let's see if other people show up. Hi, Ryan.
Hello. Sorry.
Just had a couple people, and so far we're waiting on the rest. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Not sure if other people are gonna join us tonight or not. I'm gonna turn my camera on. Does everybody have access to the Google Doc at this point? I just figured that'd be a good way to write notes as far as what resources we can use. Paul, who I don't see he's on here yet, but he emailed earlier today with a Udemy course that's on sale, I guess right now for like $10. So I put that link in there. Kind of go with what people want to do. Use this group as kind of accountability. So if you just want to work from a book or you want to work from an online resource, such as like the Udemy or wherever you can use online coursework, that sort of thing. We just kind of keep everybody motivated. Does that sound cool? And feel free to edit that doc. I think everybody can. Let me double check. I think I've got it. Yeah, should be able to edit. So if you want to add to it, feel free. As for me, I'm going to be working from, where'd my book go? Oh, here it is. I'm going to be working from this book. It's probably backwards, but it's the, I think the second link on the Amazon. And then probably the Professor Messer go with the video courses that he has on there. So I like free stuff, so I'm gonna go that route. Does anybody have any questions or maybe something we can add to this study group to make it more beneficial for everyone? I'll wait for Stella to type. I think if Thursdays work best for everybody, we can just keep doing that as kind of like a check-in. And then if for some reason we need to do more than one day a week to kind of meet up, I mean, I'm open to that. I just may or may not be able to coordinate that. I know, I think the 18th is our next ColaSec meeting, so that one will probably just, I had planned on going to the ColaSec meeting, and then maybe at the end, if people want to go over stuff, we can do that too, or just schedule a different day that week for our meetup. Ryan, do you want to add anything? So as far as the weekly goals, yeah, I don't know what to add either. I'm kind of new to all this. Maybe for the weekly goals, since some people are going to have different preferences as far as how they want to study, we can just type in that document what we plan to do for the week. So like, for example, I would put my name and just say I'm going to work with, the book that I have through certain chapters, and then maybe I was looking at the Professor Messer. He has it broken into different weeks, and I can pull either what chapters match his videos or his weekly coursework, and then put that as my goals, and then we can work, or we can try to work together if everybody wants to do the same thing. I guess it's up to the collective. So since it's just us three right now, Stella and Ryan, the rest are our subject matter experts. Does that sound like a good deal? And then we'll wait for the others, I guess, to chime in via email. All right, opening the link Corey just sent. Oh, okay, this is to the. Let's see
I
if
have this wonderful thing called a mic, and I can actually talk to you, which is amazing. So what we did when we did the Security Plus stuff is we used the example questions and the exam objectives that you can get from CompTIA, and we broke the exam objectives down, and we kind of went through them one section per meetup. So that seemed to work kind of best for us. If you're doing more of a kind of a self-paced, that may not quite work for y'all, but it may be a good way to kind of judge where you need to be and how long it'll take overall.
Yeah, you're kind of broken up, Corey. I think I understood you, but let's see if I can do a screen share here, and I'm just gonna pull up. That's not what I want. There we go. All right, so I understood what you were saying. There's like it breaks it down, like a weekly thing or something, or chapters. Overview maybe.
I don't know if my visualization should be any better. You don't hear me any better at all.
Nope. It was fine earlier, so I don't know what happened.
People around me may have gotten home. So I'm going to say it. I just threw the two links in there too that you can get to instead of having to fill out that form if you don't want to. So that has some sample questions, and it has the exam objectives. And within the exam objectives are the sections and kind of like subsections, and it breaks out what is in each section. So when we did the Security Plus, we kind of went through one section per meetup, and just made sure that we knew what each one of the items were in the subsection.
Okay.
Yeah, so further down in that document, you'll start to see, so that shows you your weights, so kind of what's most important, and then it breaks down each section right there. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are obviously all the things that, as you're studying, those are obviously all the things that you'll need to know for the exam. You obviously can be tested on any one of those things. You may get hit with all of them or none of them or any combination of the above.
Okay. And so you guys just like went through like each section kind of line by line, or did you skip around a little bit?
We went through each section, one per meetup in order. And luckily we had Ralph who was able to go through this section. And basically what we did is we said, look at the section, look at, say like on the first day, we said, okay, section 1, subsection 1.1, does anybody have any questions about any of that? And if somebody had a question about it, we dove into it, kind of looked at it. If nobody had any questions, we moved to the next one, the next subsection, and that kind of, it helps speed things up a little bit because there can be a good bit of information in each subsection.
Yeah.
So it may be whatever your chosen study material is, that you be sure that you match that up. It'll probably lay out in the same format, I would assume, but you make sure that, like router is under 1.1. Make sure that whatever study material you're using, that you highlight or make a note of whatever router is, know a definition of a router.
Okay. Yeah, I think I like this because then I'll just update the Google Doc, and then that way people can reference it here. So if they're using a certain book or a certain online resource, they can just match it up. I think that'll work best. And then next week, do like you suggested, is see if anybody had any questions or stuff they wanted to go over as a group.
Right, yeah, that's kind of just like what we did. Myself, for the Security Plus stuff, I really relied on the group a good bit. Like I said, Ralph was going through each section and kind of explaining everything, which kept everybody paced for us. But you're kind of setting up as more of a self-paced, so what you're talking about may be better.
Yeah, I mean, I figured I was doing this study work anyways, and figured if I could have more people along for the ride, maybe that'll help.
I think it's wonderful what you're doing. It's great.
I'm gonna do this. Stop sharing.
So maybe to expound upon it a little bit, when you get together next week, like I don't know if y'all want to go ahead and set and say maybe do section 1 or do subsections or whatever. But we'll see if we can't get. I might see if I can get Adam or maybe Jeff on, and if anybody has any questions, maybe we can get one of the SMEs to kind of explain it.
Okay, yeah, and then people can respond online ahead of time. Hey, let's go over this, tonight, and then that way, kind of give people time to find it in their books or find the resources to help explain.
Right. Yeah.
All right, I see what you said, Stella. I see Paul has joined us just now. I don't know if you can hear us.
Another thing we did for the Security Plus, I think Josh came across it. I think it was by happenstance, but he came across a bank of sample questions that we were able to kind of set up as a program that we could install and just run through these banks of sample questions, which helped a good bit, but it wasn't perfect. Another thing we did for the Security Plus, I think Josh came across it. I think it was by happenstance, but he came across a bank of sample questions that we were able to kind of set up as a program that we could install and just run through these banks of sample questions, which helped a good bit, but it wasn't perfect. Another thing we did for the Security Plus, I think Josh came across it. I think it was by happenstance, but he came across a bank of sample questions that we were able to kind of set up as a program that we could install and just.
There we go. Muted myself just in case it was me. All right. I guess if everybody's good with that, I'm gonna update the Google Doc, and I guess wait around for other people to see if they show up late. Or we can just. I'll probably hang around to about 7:45 and then stop the broadcast. And I'll just update kind of what we went over in like short little minutes to the email, and then with the link to this broadcast. As far as testing, has anybody actually scheduled theirs or researched where they're going to take their tests yet? I'm assuming, Stella, you're going to be like me. We're going to do it through our school.
Yeah, I have not yet. I've been studying for the Security Plus so far. So.
Okay.
I would assume that since it's CompTIA, that you could take the test the same place we took the Security Plus. We know IT. It's on Knox Abbott Drive is where Josh and I took our Security Plus test. It's pretty decent testing center. It's not bad.
Okay. Yeah, we use them sometimes for work. People will go there for like for Excel and stuff like that. I've had to do payment requests for that, so they seem pretty decent. At least nobody's complained about them. All right, if nobody else has anything more to add, I'm just gonna stay in line for a little bit and then update this Google Doc. So basically, for y'all, the two links that Corey sent, I'll just kind of recap it in the Google Doc and then link it there too, so people have it as a reference. All right, practice exams. Ryan, do you have any of the exam books yet for Network Plus?
Not yet.
Okay. The one that I have, or actually, I don't know if the other one does. Let me see. Yeah, both of the ones that I have, they have exam modules at the end of each chapter. I know that there's mobile apps, but I haven't had a chance to really look at them at all.
Right.
That's probably one we can research and share with others. All right, I just read what you wrote, Adam. Thanks. I figured that's what we would do, is if we got to a point where we felt like we're hitting a wall, is we would reach out to our SMEs and do our little lifeline, like help.
I know there's a website for the state employees, but I'm not sure anybody can use it that y'all are. But I've been using that for at my current position right now to study up. So you have to go through like the home security
Mhm.
of the United States thing, Homeland Security, I mean, website. So yeah.
I'd have to look at it. Because I know I have SkillSoft at work, but that's like specific to Blue Cross. So maybe that one might be specific to where it's limited to your employees.
You have to be approved in order to get into it too as well.
Well, let's see. Oh, I think I had to go here for something else because this looks really familiar. Yeah, I think I was able to register at that through my military email. So yeah, I'll probably check that out.
All right.
Let me see if I see your point, Corey. But it says if I don't know. I mean, if you're not if y'all aren't military or government employee, I mean, you can try and sign up and see what happens. The worst they can say is no, we're not going to grant you access. I don't see anything on there that says like get a skin it email and whatnot. So I don't know.